Ooh, another mega makes sense. All right, good people. Let's talk Hall of Fame for a second. Let's talk the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people out there that are screaming from the top of their lungs, hey, why isn't Devin Hester in the Hall of Fame? He changed the game. He's the greatest returner of all time. All things, he is. He's the greatest returner of all time. You got to give him the man credit for that. He is absolutely that. But I'm sorry to burst a lot of your all's bubbles, but the average kicker in the NFL right now is more valuable to your team and any team than what Devin Hester was. So if you're screaming from the rooftops that Devin Hester needs to be in the Hall of Fame, then there's a whole lot of kickers that are better than Devin Hester that need to go in the Hall of Fame before he gets in. And I'll explain why. First, let's just get this part out of the way. Devin Hester was a bad receiver. Okay? He was not a good receiver. And anybody that tries to dispute that, don't ever talk to them about football anymore because they have no clue what they're talking about. Okay? That was not Devin Hester's thing. Being a receiver or running back or whatever, that was not his thing. Now, as far as the punt returns and the kick returns, like I mentioned before, man, you're not going to find anybody better than him. It just period, point blank. I don't care what name. I don't care what era. I don't care what you do. There is no kick returner, punt returner, anything that has the name returner on it. Nobody's better than Devin Hester. That's just the fact. So if we are just going to reward the guy for being the best ever at his position, regardless of his impact on an actual game, then I'm all for it. If that's what we're doing, if that's the criteria, then I'm all for it because, again, he is the greatest at his position. But the one thing about Devin Hester is that you could eliminate him from a football game. You could absolutely do that. You could sky punt, make him fair catch. You could kick the ball on kickoffs. You could just kick it out of the end zone. You could kick it away from him. You could punt the ball out of bounds. You can do a lot of different things to eliminate him from a football game. And yes, I understand that still has an impact on the game because guys may miss kick the ball, whatever the case may be, setting your offense up in good field position. So yeah, he still has an impact on the game. I get that part. But that kicker is going to win or lose you a football game. And maybe they only kick a field goal once a game, but they're going to win you a football game. First of all, a kicker is way more important because they're going to kick more field goals and have way more opportunities than what Devin Hester is to not only win you a game, have an impact on your game. A kicker is way more important than a returner without question. And again, I'm not talking about Justin Tucker. I mean, Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker of all time. I don't mean that guy. I'm just talking about the average kicker is more important to your football team than Devin Hester. I mean, he just is. He's going to have more of an impact on your in the game, on your season. He's that, and again, just an average kicker, not a Hall of Fame kicker, an average kicker. That's what I'm talking about when we're comparing Devin Hester getting into the Hall of Fame as far as skill positions or specialist positions. Because again, if we're just giving him the Hall of Fame because he's the greatest returner of all time, and that's the criteria, that because he's the greatest at that position, fine, then do it. But if you're actually going to compare him to other people that are in the Hall of Fame, I'm sorry, man, Devin Hester does not qualify.